Up, I'd like to invite Ross Mills to the stage from Echo Electuary. Thanks, Ross.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. My name is Ross Mills, and I will be talking about extract and edible dosing, specifically getting to know your dose. I'd like this to be interactive, so if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand as I am talking. Extract and edible dosing, getting to know your dose, a manufacturer's perspective from Echo Electuary, LLC. We'll be going through the desired effect that you may be looking for in your dose, the delivery methods for extract and edibles, the science behind the experience that you are looking for, milligrams, what is a milligram, and then specifically finding your extract dose. We'll use Blue Magoo as a case study, and then we'll explore the edibles dose using Zing Zinga Honey Ginger Chews, and then more question time at the end. Your desired effect. Cannabis can cause psychotropic and physical responses in the body. Psychotropic, altering our brain chemistry, and physical, perhaps creating ease in the body. Danny Tanner, we believe, he has found his sweet spot with the smile on his face and the gentle tilt of his hand. The delivery methods for extracts lead us to vapor inhalation. Smoking flowers is a form of combustion, and that creates perhaps additional smoke that we take into our lungs that we do not experience with extract vapor. It's a temperature-controlled heating element that we use. That could be what was known as a dab rig. That's a titanium nail. Also, there are quartz nails that you can heat and apply. Our company definitely advocates a lower temperature dab so that you can best taste the flavors that may be preserved in the extract. For edibles and also crude extracts, you can take it sublingually underneath the tongue. This will get into your bloodstream directly, feeling onsets perhaps within 15 minutes to an hour, lasting, depending on body chemistry, 4 to 6 hours. The alternative is oral digestive. That's swallowing the edible. This creates a delayed onset as it passes through the GI tract, but typically can provide a longer duration. Oh, I dropped it and the thing fell out. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. The science behind the experience that you're looking for in your dose. These are primarily the cannabinoids, and terpenes. Cannabinoids are the compounds found directly from the cannabis plant. Phytocannabinoids specifically refers to the acidic compounds that are growing on the plant. And then a process called decarboxylation transforms THCA, CBDA, into the activated form, delta-9 THC or CBD, and these are what is absorbed and used in the body. The acidic cannabinoids also provide well-being, but they will not provide the direct dosing that delta-9 and CBD provide. Terpenes are the flavor and aroma compounds that we experience in the cannabis plant, and also all plants, or most plants worldwide, can produce terpenes as well. In extracts, we can capture the terpenes directly through different methods. In the extracts, we can capture the terpenes separately so that we can reintroduce them later. And some companies also source terpenes from other plants or fruits or different materials, and they'll reintroduce them into cannabinoids. Not all extracts are created equal. These are some of the factors that will absolutely affect an extract's potential. Genetics, environmental conditions, greenhouse, indoor, outdoor. The nutrient source, was your cannabis grown organically or conventionally? Trichome maturity, harvest, processing, and handling. the cure, extraction methods, the solvents used, a diluent, specifically vape pens, if your cannabinoids or terpenes are cut with perhaps a different type of material to help dilute it in the pen, packaging, ingestion methods, as we just discussed, and then everyone's own unique body chemistry. We will all react differently to the same extract if you have tolerance, and then your daily mindset and setting that you are consuming under. Milligrams are the measurement of cannabis dosage. They are the scientific unit used by the cannabis industry to define a constituent's mass or weight. This is a very small quantity. 1 milligram is 1,000th of a gram. So when we talk about dosing and finding your extract dose, it's most important to have this conversation, I believe, with your bud tender if the processing company does not deliver the information that you're looking for to judge what you're looking. The extraction methods, hydrocarbons or CO2, the solvents will pull different profiles from the same cannabis plant. The type of extract that the extractor is making, right now there's many that are not even included on this list, but live resin, shatter, butter, and distillate are some of the most popular types of extracts we see in the industry today. On average, they will range 65 to 85% THC and CBD with 0 to 5% terpenes. The processor will suggest a mass weight serving size. That mass weight contains an X amount of CBD or THC or a combination and an X percentage of terpenes. Most importantly is that your dose may or may not be the processor's suggested serving size. Case study is Blue Magoo. You're in the store and you purchase a live resin extract and you're trying to figure out what is the dose that I would like to consume from this product. Observing the THC content is a great place to start. We see that THC is 64.6%, total terpenes 8.8% out of a net weight of a 1 gram product. We flip over to the back side and we see that the processor's suggested serving size is 50 milligrams. 50 milligrams of a 1 gram extract, 1,000 grams, is a 20 servings per container. We see the processor has 32.3 milligrams per serving listed, as there were 646 milligrams in the container. This number is a result of test results that we have received from the lab. And it was going to be very difficult for you guys to read this up here, but I will do my best to explain how we arrived at the 646 number. We have submitted, this was a butane hash oil extraction of Blue Magoo. OG Analytical has reported that there are 71.7% THCA, the acidic phytocannabinoid, and I believe 1.7 delta-9 THC. The state requires processors to report total THC, and to find total THC, we multiply THCA by 0.877. 0.877 is delta-9 THC molecular weight divided by THCA molecular weight. And then we add that with delta-9 THC to get the total THC. So that's to tell us the theoretical maximum decarboxylated THC present. So the contents of this extract are THCA. As we discussed earlier, we're going to want to consume delta-9 THC when we apply the extract onto our heated nail. The process of decarboxylation is carried out, and delta-9 THC is what we are absorbing into the body. It's also important to, observe the terpenes. We are, I believe, one of the few processors, Echo Electuary LLC, who will provide you with the top 5 terpenes found in your extract. This is, I guess, an opportunity for you to keep a personal journal or log, as the terpenes do have a role in the physiological effects on the body. If you're extra lucky, sometimes your processor will include test results for you to scan. I'm going to see if I can do this for you live too, so that you can attempt this on your own. There's a free app called QR Scanner. And if it'll behave, well, I've got a shadow. We're going to try it down on the computer. Oops, I went to the wrong page. There's a square that comes up on your screen, and you hold it over that QR code scanner, and it will load the test results, which include pesticides, solvents, and potency test results. So that will take you directly to all of this information with all extract packages, so that you can further find out that there were, in this case, 0 pesticide. This is pre-October 1st testing. 0 pesticides found, 0 ppm solvent, or less than 50 ppm. That's their LOQ. 0 solvents found with their LOQs, and then a full terpene profile result, which I think the OGN Local is testing over between 30 and 60 at any given time, approximately 30. This slide was also supposed to kind of give you a visual gauge. That's a 1 gram heart dab, heart extract, and that is a 50 milligram, 0.05 gram weight. Visual reference is a grain of rice. A white grain of rice is a size. That is a suggested serving size that you'll see. But again, this is really for you to begin to learn to understand and read the THC and CBD percentages on your extract packages, and also beginning to notice the minor terpene levels that will have a physiological effect. Moving on to the edibles dose. There's a wide range of edibles out there: tinctures, candy, baked goods, liquids. All of the matrices that those include will have their own effect on the body. Again, that's your personal knowledge with how sugar or wheat or alcohol can contribute or affect you as well. The ingestion method is sublingual or digestive, swallowing it. Again, most edibles will be a hybrid of this. On an edibles package, the processor will state a X amount of milligrams cannabinoid per serving, and the serving size is determined by the processor. So every edible will have a specific and unique serving size. The recreational limit at this time is 5 milligrams THC per serving. Medical limit is 100 milligrams THC per serving. Your dose, again, may or may not be the processor's suggested serving size. Case study is Zing Zinga. These are honey ginger chews, a CBD soft candy. On the front, we see the processor, Echo Electuary, has listed that there is 23.7 milligrams per serving CBD, 1.1 milligrams THC. On the back side, we see that the serving size in the box is 1 piece, and that there are 4 servings in the package. And the QR code is available for scanning as well too. But the processor will again list the amount of total cannabinoids in the container, both CBD and THC. You may wonder that there are more cannabinoids other than CBD and THC, such as CBG, CBT, CBDA, and at this time it's requesting on the labs to report what cannabinoids they are looking for. the results that we got with OG Analytical, they are scanning for just 5 cannabinoids at this time. That may be different post October 1st, or maybe not. So we can hopefully be working towards adding more profiles to that number. Edibles, as Roger had mentioned, are tested for potency, and then the pesticide and solvent levels are traced back to the concentrate result. So in this case, the zingzingas are tested here for potency, and they were made with the Charlotte's Web extract that has been decarboxylated so that we have efficient and effective oral uptake. And that's what the processor uses to produce their accurately cannabinoid measured per unit, and then providing you with that information so that you can decide what is the best dose for yourself. Ultimately, finding your dose is finding your sweet spot, and it's going to most likely be a range. You need to really know your processor, know where your concentrate and extract is coming from, and ask questions if you have them. Does anybody have any questions tonight? Yes, Roger.
Hey, Ross. Thank you for the presentation. I was curious if you could comment on the difference between ingestion of decarboxylated versus non-decarboxylated THC and the potential differences that people may experience as a result.
Yes. So experience and studies suggest that THCA is mildly psychoactive, but slightly, so mildly. So when you consume the raw THCA, non-decarboxylated, that it generally will produce just well-being, and specifically can help some specific areas of pain, but decarboxylated cannabis is primarily used in edibles, and that's because it does deliver direct psychoactivity, if that is what you're looking for, or if you're using for physiological response, it seems that CBD and THC provide what people are looking for better than the acidic forms, and that the acidic forms are usually in addition to a, I guess, wellness routine rather than treating a direct response. Does that answer your question? Okay. More potent, yes, definitely.
My question, Ross, is when trying to find your own dose with an edible, what is a good time, like how much do you take, and what time increment do you take that to find it? Because it says it takes up to 6 hours for you to realize the full potential. Correct.
So there is no specific dose that I would set as a processor. You know, we are limited by the state, and I can give my suggestion. With THC, 5 milligrams is borderline going to create a response in the body, depending on who you are. Most people agree that it is 10 milligrams of activated cannabinoids that will trigger a response that you can recognize. So that is what I recommend as a starting, or 5 milligrams is a great starting spot, and then 10 milligrams is maybe an even better starting spot if you did not feel anything at 5 milligrams. We suggest your very first time consuming, sticking with that low dose and waiting a full 6 hours to see how that has moved through your body before proceeding with another dose. If you have not felt anything by that 6 hours, I think you're ready to double the dose when you try again. If you have begun to feel the effects of the cannabis product, and you feel comfortable and you are looking for more, you can continue to dose at your leisure. If you're looking to treat something specifically, a lot of people will redose every 6 hours. It's definitely a range, and this is where it's your opportunity to experiment based off of the results that the processor can provide you with. And it's just a varying number for all people. Yes.
Other questions for Ross? Those zing zingas are my favorite, by the way. They're incredible. Kathy, got a question?
Yeah, I want to mention that Steve D'Angelo from Cannabis Manifesto, he's the author and the owner of the largest medical dispensary in the world. He's up to 150 milligrams a day, but he doesn't recommend everybody do that. And one thing, as a vegetarian, I don't want to have horse hooves in my comestibles, and I believe that gelatin is made from horse hooves. And the final question is, being a child of the 60s and the 70s, where we always used to fast before we did our drugs, I'd like to know, is it more powerful to do it when you're on an empty stomach? Does it have more potency then?
Yes, absolutely. On an empty stomach, you will feel the effects typically much quicker and stronger.
All right, any last questions for Ross tonight? All right, let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.